My name is L'Oreal Major. I am a freedom fighter, a storyteller, and I am a healer. Dear young L'Oreal, woo! If you knew how much of a boss that you would become, then you would be smiling a lot harder in this photo. If you understood all of the elements that you possess that made you naturally beautiful inside and out, then you wouldn't have felt so insecure in this photo. Looking back at that photo, why I felt insecure was because that was the crazy stage that I remember going from like adolescence to like a teenager, and you kind of just trying to figure out, who am I, like which way should I go, like what do I want out of life. And I remember it so vividly because I remember, I guess you can say, like that slave mentality. Like I remember people, like other girls would like look at me and I'd be like, what is her problem? Like, is there something wrong with me? Like, is there something on my dress? Like something on my nose? Like I would just instantly start questioning myself. So I remember that so vividly because, like I say, it was the very moment that I was going through this craziness between, okay, I'm not a child no more, but I'm still a child, but I'm a teenager. Like, I just didn't know, just trying to figure it all out. Big boss low. If you knew the amount of power that's inside of you and the divine light that attracts people to you, then you wouldn't have wasted time dimming that light. But young L'Oreal, I want you to know that all of those days of feeling unsure about your journey and trying not to step on anyone's toes or trying to fit in with how your parents and society sees you are all of the same things that have made you one badass, fearless woman. So in my letter, I mentioned that I have a divine light, and I put that in there because it was a way for me to be comfortable with the truth. I think everyone has a calling on their life, and I know for me, for so many years, I've been running away from my calling. But I see how people are just attracted to me to just start, for example, just start telling me their business off of a drop of a dime. Like, I've started hearing people's stories about their divorce, about their kids, wanting to change their gender, and it just made me realize, wow, it has to be something about your spirit that's so positive, that's such, a light to other people, to make them make them feel comfortable to be able to talk to you about some of the things that they're going through. So me putting it in my letter was a way of me not wanting to run from it anymore, more so just stepping into my calling and what it is that I feel like God has put me here on this earth to do. All of those things needed to happen in order to help you truly understand what freedom means. All of the doubt that people planted into your youthful spirit are the same words that you needed to hear in order to speak life into those around you. So freedom means to me doing things that feeds your soul, whatever makes your soul happy. If you want to eat a bowl of candy like once a month, do that. If you want to go skip to my loo down the street while listening to some Michael Jackson, do that. So that's what freedom means to me. It's not really worrying about what people are thinking, what society says you have to be, fitting within this box. It's genuinely, truly being happy with yourself, like flaws and all. That is the true definition of freedom to me. And the reason why I chose to emphasize that even more in my letter is because I was in a battle where I was fighting for my freedom. I was fighting. I was literally being belittled. I was working in an environment that was very, condescending and belittling. And I remember this man sitting in my face and calling me militant. And that changed my mindset. So that taught me, you know what? People are going to talk about you regardless. They're going to have these ideas about you regardless. Do what feeds your soul, L'Oreal. And so that's what I choose to do. And I put a lot of emphasis on freedom because everybody needs to understand, yes, freedom comes with a price, but do what's good for you. Do what makes you feel good. All of those days that you felt like you wanted more out of life is the same void that you needed to fill in order to become a go-getter and not just allow life to happen, but to become the controller of your own life. All of those youthful days that you wanted to know why is this happening to me? It's the same question that has helped you understand that everything in life is always working for your good. So when I wrote in my letter, why does this happen to me? I think everybody goes through that, especially because we all think we're good people, but I know I'm definitely a good person. But no, even with me asking myself that repeatedly throughout all of these years that I've been living, I have not been able to find the answer. I think I found comfort in just knowing that nothing happens in vain. Like the good and the bad, they go hand in hand. The bad and the good, they play off of each other. So I've just become okay with like saying, you know what, this is a part of my journey, and if I feel like it's something bad that has happened to me that I didn't deserve, it's just like, dang, God must got a big old blessing for me, baby, because I ain't deserve that. But I just take it. So, to my inner younger L'Oreal that still thrives within me, just always remember you're majestic, original, and your hands and womb are the blessings that the world needs and wants. You are authentically and phenomenally perfect as L'Oreal and L'Oreal only. With love, the true boss woman that lives within you. So if I had to give any advice to anybody that has walked in similar shoes as myself, I would definitely tell you one of my favorite quotes is, very seldom do well-behaved women ever make history. Okay? Not saying you need to be out here just being wild and reckless or doing crazy things, but just know that when people, like I say, when people can't control you or when you're different, then they deem you these certain names in society. But just know, like, you're that way for a reason. Like, I'm outspoken for a reason. I try to get other people to realize they're free slaves for a reason. And that's because nobody should want to fit inside of a box. You can't put people inside of a box. So I would definitely say, yeah, it gets lonely. It can get a little hard. But continue to walk in your own path, because those same people that may be trying to tear you down are the same ones that's jealous of you, are the same ones that wish they had the same strength as you, are the same ones who wish that they were outspoken, are the same ones who wish they could stand up to their boss. So that'll be my best advice to anybody. Be true to your damn self and your damn self alone, and everything else will come full circle. Nothing is in vain. My name is L'Oreal Major, and this is my note to self.